Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Sam Kohlmeyer.
And I'm Taylor Musgrove. Let's take a look at this week's news.
The weather's getting colder, the trees are starting to turn, and you might know what that means. It's homecoming week here at Bradley. Monday kicked off Bradley's homecoming with a long-standing tradition of lighting of the bee, and Rachel Borland has more.
With a long list of events coming up this week on Bradley's campus, Homecoming Week was kicked off with a bang.
And so this event here is Lighting of the Bee, a long going on tradition here at Bradley, and basically just to rally all the students together and just have like a fun time to kick off Homecoming Week.
Before the actual lighting, there was free food along with games the students could play in order to win prizes. There were also multiple dance performances by groups such as Orchesis and Bradley athletic teams who competed in a lip-sync battle. With all these activities, this was indeed no small event.
So planning homecoming in general takes a whole semester in advance. So since it is in the fall, we start in January.
As it gets later into the night, students are anxiously waiting the lighting of the bee.
B. Let's see an R. Let's see an A. Let's see a D. L. E. Y.
For many students, the lighting of the bee is a staple homecoming tradition that they enjoy year after year.
Yeah, we're both seniors, so it's a really great way to kick off homecoming week and senior year. We're going to be sad not to have it next year, though.
With the bee lit, students now look forward to what else homecoming week has in store for them.
But I think this week should be awesome. I'm looking forward to the weekend and my parents coming for the tailgate and everything, so it should be a pretty good week.
With homecoming week in full swing, you can catch the big game on Saturday at 7 at Shea Stadium. For BUTV News, I'm Rachel Borland.
More than 1,000 students and alumni are anticipated to attend this fall's job and internship fair on Thursday, September 14th. Representatives of around 200 businesses and organizations will be participating from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. in Renaissance Coliseum. Job fair is always an awesome opportunity to learn about and identify potential internships and full-time positions.
Homecoming week continues with more exciting events this week, including the Bradley Bowl game, where students and faculty compete against each other in flag football. Come out Thursday at 5 p.m. to the Alumni Quad to see if Bradley's faculty will continue to be the reigning champions. The Founders Day Convocation will be held this Friday at 10 a.m. in Dingledine Music Center, and faculty and alumni will be recognized for their various achievements. The Hilltop Trot and Gary R. Tippett Memorial 5K races will be combined this year and will begin at 9 a.m. at Markin. And make sure to stop by the annual soccer tailgate at Shea Stadium this Saturday starting at 4 p.m. The soccer game will begin at 7 p.m. sharp against IPFW.
Last night, students, faculty, staff, and more filled the Peplo Pavilion of the Alumni Center to hear Matt Shagresson give the Robison Lecture.
Having written over 15 books on human rights violations, gender issues, and political climate, outspoken activist Masha Gessen began the lecture with the topic of imagination and its significance in her work.
And it's a catastrophic imagination. It's an imagination that comes from having lived in Russia, both during the Soviet period and then as a journalist under Putin.
Speaking heavily of her experience as a journalist during the 2016 presidential election, Gessen touches on the important role journalists play during such a significant time.
The New York Times have put together its election night package, and I've gone home. And the package was about Hillary Clinton's picture, because they couldn't imagine that it would go any other way.
Gessen used her experiences of living in Moscow to help explain her way of journalistic thinking that led to her success during the big election.
That failure of the imagination was so huge that some of you here are journalism students. I assume you've already been told over and over again that you never write about things before they've happened. You never assume that something is going to go a particular way.
Emphasizing the importance of the future, Masha challenged the audience to walk away with something new to think about.
But maybe when you leave, think about what you would imagine, what kind of future you would imagine yourself wanting.
With such a big turnout of students at the lecture, Masha spoke of the importance of critical thinking for students in journalism.
I want students to take away an idea of both sort of the freedom to be imaginative, but also the responsibility of being imaginative. Right? If you're not thinking hard, if you're not thinking so hard that like your brain hurts a little bit, then maybe you're not quite going far enough.
After the lecture, a book signing was held and audience members were allowed to purchase any of Masha's 4 most recently published books, which hold many more of her experiences, work, and advice. For BUTV News, this has been Michelle Rice.
This past week, Pekin held its 45th annual Marigold Festival in Pekin, Illinois. The event brought out people from all over. The Marigold Festival is an annual event the weekend after Labor Day. The event is held throughout Pekin's Mineral Springs Park. The Marigold Festival offers something for everyone, from games near the Pekin Lagoon to several concession stands. The festival also has carnival rides. If you'd like to know more about the Marigold Festival, go to www.pekinchamber.com or find them on Facebook. After the break, we'll see how the weather will be this weekend for this weekend's homecoming game.
And find out just what lengths Kim Kardashian went to ensure a safe third pregnancy.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
So have you guys been paying attention to the crazy latest hurricanes?
Irma, she's causing quite a bit. Storm, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I say. You said it's coming around Kentucky, right?
Yeah, it's actually left quite a bit of rain, so let's get on into our weather. So this past weekend, Florida has recently experienced a bad storm, Hurricane Irma, following Hurricane Harvey that affected Texas. As we can cut to our Illinois radar, you'll see how that has affected us. In our Midwest, we have rain developing that has low cloud coverage, and as we see in our Midwest, there's a little bit of clouds, such as Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, but as we see in our far east, states such as Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee have been harshly affected by Hurricane Irma with light scattered rains with cloud, as you guys can see, that's forming up from the last bits of Hurricane Irma. Here in Peoria, we won't be muchly affected by that. We might have slight cloud coverage, but that storm will continue to move further up northeast. If we head over to our temperature map, we'll see in the far west we have high 90s in states such as, once again, Nebraska, Kansas with high 90s. As we move further east, in states such as Missouri and Iowa, we have pretty high 80s, which is pretty warm considering it's September now, almost fall. As we move further into Illinois, we have cool 70s as low as low 60s. In those states that were affected by Hurricane Irma, we can see definite low 60s. And as you guys can see, moving up north, the states that weren't affected, they're in high 70s. And as we move on to our 5-day forecast, this week we have, family weekend. Tomorrow will be a high of 85 with partly clouds. Into our family weekend, we have a high of 88 on Friday, high of 90 on Saturday. So for those of you going out, you might want to dress accordingly. It's going to be pretty toasty. To wrap up family weekend, we have a high of 86 with scattered clouds. And then to start off next week, we're at a high of 82, which will be partly cloudy as well. So you guys should plan for that accordingly. As we move on, we should now check out entertainment with Taylor Musgrove.
Thanks, Brett. Now check out what... That is me. Almost 2 weeks after the birth of her baby, tennis star Serena Williams introduced her daughter, Alexis Olympia Ohanian Jr., via Instagram this morning. Williams revealed that she and Alexis had to stay in the hospital about a week after giving birth due to complications. She even had to inject herself with anticoagulants daily while pregnant in order to avoid any blood clots after suffering bilateral pulmonary embolisms. Luckily, Alexis was born healthy and weighing 6 pounds and 14 ounces. Model Teddy Quinlivan has just publicly announced that she is transgender. After being discovered in 2015 by Louis Vuitton's creative director, her career has skyrocketed. Though expecting some backlash, Quinlivan stated, "I'm doing it for myself and I was ready to come out. The times we live in elevated the sense of importance and urgency." Kanye West and Kim Kardashian West are rumored to be pregnant again, but this time via surrogacy. Due to complications during Kim's last pregnancy with Saint West, doctors told her it would put her and her baby's life at risk if she were to get pregnant again. After months of looking for the perfect surrogate, they finally found one and are paying her a whopping $45 grand.
I mean, if they're looking for another surrogate, I'm totally down.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I pay off my tuition debt.
Right.
I'm only a freshman, so I'll take the money, Kanye and Kim.
I agree. Send it our way. BUTV News here at Bradley. Well, coming up next, we have Anthony taking us to explore a local brewery and pub.
And stay tuned for coverage of the Alpha Phi Omega cookout from last Thursday.
So good to see you guys.
So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
For too long, there's been too much silence.
We've stepped back when we should have stepped up.
We lack the bravery to have the tough conversations.
It stops now.
It stopped with us.
As campus leaders, we recognize that sexual assault is a real problem.
And it's time to take action.
We're standing together as a community because this issue affects all of us.
And we can only end it if we are braver together.
Starting now, we don't look the other way. We make it a move and do something.
Before it's too late.
We promote a culture of respect for all students.
We say something even when it's easier to remain silent.
We stand up for survivors.
We never blame them.
We hold our friends, our leaders, our teammates,
and ourselves accountable for our actions.
And when we see something wrong, we're brave enough to interrupt. We say something.
We do something. We watch out for each other.
Always.
Being a Bradley Brave means
ending the silence.
Together, we can work to end sexual assault and rape culture in our community.
Together, we can do the right thing.
Together, we can do the brave thing. Make your move and stand with us.
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 And we can all be braver together. Family Weekend is this weekend, and if you're looking for a nicer place for your parents to treat you to, Anthony has just the place this week in this week's Around Town.
We're here at Obed and Isaac's Microbrewery and Eatery, not to go to church, but to grab a burger here in downtown Peoria, right off I-74. Check it out here on the next edition of Around Town.
As soon as we pulled up, we knew this was not the average place to eat. Inside, our curiosity grew. We knew we had to find out more about this place, so we sat down with the manager, Chrissy James, to get the inside scoop.
Obed and Isaac's is a microbrewery and eatery. We brew all of our beers here. We have 12 different ones on tap, and we have a ton of different great food. It's pub fare with a twist.
This enormous building had been home to a Masonic Rite Temple, Presbyterian church, and even a Mexican restaurant in the basement, until finally settling down as home to Obed and Isaac's Microbrewery. All their beer is brewed in-house, and with fall around the corner, they have countless brews you'll want to try.
We have seasonal beers that come on, so we're getting ready to get a Dunkel for the fall, and a Jack. It's a Jacko Ale. It's like a pumpkin beer. We also have just our Ditzy Blonde, which is our flagship beer. It'll be at Springfield here at both of our locations at all of the times. It's very popular.
Going to Obed and Isaac's but not 21? No problem. They have plenty to keep you busy.
Our beer garden is awesome. So it has bocce ball court, it has Jenga for adults, it has Connect 4 for adults. We have 3 different bag sets, and we have a fire pit. So in the fall, if you want to come and have a drink and warm up by the fire, we got you covered.
In addition, they also rent out a private room suitable for fraternity or sorority events. For a short 8-minute drive from campus and a little off the beaten path, the food and atmosphere at Obed and Isaac's are worth the endeavor.
I think personally I'm going to go order a lamb burger. And, you know, there's so much to do, like bocce ball and beanbags and even oversized checkers. Ha. And so, for Around Town, I'm Anthony Landau. You should really come check out this place, because this is awesome. So, I'll see you next week on Around Town on BUTV.
Thank you, Anthony. Rush Week and events are over for most people, but not for everyone. Service fraternity Alpha Phi Omega hosted their annual cookout on Olin Quad this past Thursday. With a new freshman class now on campus, APO set up food, games, and mingling with the hopes of finding new members who share the same passion as their organization.
So Alpha Phi Omega is a national co-ed leadership service fraternity. We focus on leadership, friendship, and service, and do service on campus and in the Peoria community, and then also do kind of networking, team building events as well, and then friendship events like going to Steak and Shake and just kind of hanging out with everybody.
For more information about the organization, you can visit you can just visit apo.org/aboutus, and be sure to keep an eye out for everything and all their philanthropy events throughout the semester. We'll find out how the volleyball team played in the CEF-CU Classic up next.
And how the Bradley Braves scored in soccer against Incarnate Word this week.
Tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
do you guys like golfing at all?
Golf? It's not really in my interests.
No, but I want to go to the golf home. Oh wait, no, it's a soccer homecoming game. I got that confused.
Yeah. The men's and women's golf team were scheduled to open their season at a tournament in Myrtle Beach, but was canceled due to the Hurricane Irma. The men got their season underway on Monday, September 4, with Ethan Brew claiming a medal. The women's team got their fall season underway on Sunday by beating ISU at the Red Boar Invitational in Normal, Illinois. The Bradley volleyball team also played at home this weekend in SEFCU Classic. The tournament started well for them as they got a win over Murray State. The next day, the Braves battled hard against the University of Illinois, Chicago in the tournament. The Braves got a season high of 13 blocks and forced the Flames to make 27 offensive errors. With 18 kills for the night, Erica Haslang became the 23rd player in Bradley volleyball history to record 800 kills in her career. However, this wasn't enough as the Braves fell to UIC 3-1. You can catch the volleyball team at home again this weekend as they play South Dakota State and Connecticut on Friday. They also play the University of Missouri Kansas City in Grand Canyon on Saturday. All games are to be played in the Renaissance Coliseum. Several fans showed up on Friday night to watch men's soccer play Incarnate Word. The Braves were seeking to get their third win of the season. The first half was defensive, going into halftime at a score of 0-0. Bradley's offense showed up big in the second half, with freshman Garrett Wintermeyer contributing a goal and assist in his college debut. Eunice Deka and Frank Bank also scored for the Braves as they won 3-0. The team plays Valley Revival Loyola Chicago tonight at 7 p.m. The Braves also play in the homecoming game versus Fort Wayne at 7 p.m. at Shea Stadium. Are you guys excited for Saturday's game?
I am. I've never been to a soccer homecoming game.
Neither have I. I've actually only been to one sporting event at Bradley officially, and it was a soccer game though. So it should be exciting either way. But anyway, guys, next we'll take a look at the upcoming events on campus.
And a special performance by Our Finest Days will follow.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Let's take a look at what's going on campus this weekend. Parents will be flooding campus Friday through Sunday this weekend. Not only is homecoming welcoming alumni, but also students' families as well. All are welcome to attend the different scheduled events, including the open pool and rock wall at Markin on Friday night, as well as the Fellows Pancake Breakfast on September the 16th. ACBU will be showing various films throughout the weekend in the Marty Theater, and there's a family weekend picnic Olin Quad starting at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Cop-Fit will take place again on Monday the 18th from 4 to 5 p.m. on Owen Quad. Bradley Police Department will host a group fitness class, that sounds amazing, where participants will learn life-saving and self-defense techniques while also getting in a good, solid workout. Faculty, staff, and students are all invited to register by emailing Officer Savage at ssavage@bradley.edu. The Visual Voices lecture series continues on Thursday the 21st with guest Brian Hussey. Every year, the Department of Art brings internationally renowned artists, designers, and critics to Bradley, where they give a public presentation as well as meet with students for workshops. Bryony is an Irish artist living and working in London, and she is Bradley's second international artist in residence. She shares a studio space with graduate students at the Hoyser Arts Center this month and works mainly with photography and print. Come out and see her at the art lecture next Thursday at 5 p.m.
Well, that's all we have for BUTV News this week. I'm Taylor Musgrove.
And I'm Brett Griffin.
I'm Cassandra Torres.
And I'm Sam Colmeyer. We will be signing off tonight with a performance from Our Finest Days and their song, Sometimes. Have a great night.
She only loves me sometimes. When she's not feeling loved, how can I make that all the time? When the clouds keep blocking out the sun, drag me around, just a toy, broken-hearted lover boy. So get yourself a fix, and I'll dive into the river Styx, wipe my memory clean of sorrow. I felt your heartbreak all over my neck as you whispered secrets in my ear. You bit my lips in a twisted kiss that I wish could have lasted years. She only loves me sometimes. When she's just been feeling lost, I hear her call me in the night. Morning comes around and I'm just an afterthought. Drag me around, just a toy, broken-hearted lover boy. Get yourself a fix, and I'll dive into the river Styx to wipe my memory clean of sorrow. I felt your heartbreak all over my neck as you whispered secrets in my ear. You bit my lips in a twisted kiss that I wish could have lasted years. She only loves me sometimes.